Winner's Mino is caught in a heated military service scandal, with claims emerging that he may have falsified his attendance records. Now under police investigation, the stakes are higher than ever, leaving fans and netizens wondering how this will impact his future and career. On March 24, 2023, Winner's Mino officially began his military service. His time in the military was slightly altered, and Mino has been serving as a social service worker, possibly due to the many injuries he suffered from in the past, classifying him as a subject excluded from basic military training. While many of Winner's fans wished for Mino's enlistment to pass by smoothly, damning information about him was released just a couple of days before Mino's discharge from the military on December 23rd of 2024. On December 17th, Dispatch published reports about Mino allegedly being absent from his duty at a public facility in Mapo in Seoul pretty frequently. The report included claims that after Mino was moved to the Mapo facility by a supervisor, he often failed to sign in regularly. Allegedly, he would sometimes leave to smoke or at times disappear entirely without notice. Dispatch stated that they paid a couple of visits to the facility between November and early December and reported they never saw Mino on site. Following the report, Mino's Instagram was swarmed with harsh and criticizing comments. One of them read, "Even your idol G-Dragon completed his service properly. Didn't you learn anything?" Another one said, "I supported Winner and Mino, but this is very disappointing. You always seemed humble and sincere on TV. Why couldn't you do your best?" Further in the report, it was mentioned that he went to Hawaii on a little vacation for 6 days and 5 nights. After he returned from his trip, he apparently refused to attend work and was even seen signing autographs for fans. Surprisingly, it gets a little more complicated than just Mino doing absolutely nothing. In their report, Dispatch hinted at the suspicious relationship between Manager L, Mino's supervisor, and Mino himself. Other employees also confirmed that they never saw Mino in the facility. Manager L claimed that Mino would come to work after his vacation in Hawaii, but when Dispatch asked for CCTV or any proof of his attendance, Manager L denied it, claiming it was personal information. According to Dispatch, this seemed like an attempt on Manager L's part to try and hide Mino's poor performance. YG Entertainment responded to Dispatch's accusations of Mino not attending work, citing reasons such as medical leave or annual leave, and completely denied their reports. The agency cited that it was difficult for them to confirm some specific details about Mino's service, but confirmed that the medical leave Mino took was an extension of the treatment he was already receiving prior to his service. They further clarified that all the other leaves, including annual leaves, were used in accordance with the regulations where service workers get around 30 days of annual leave. Military service is a very important issue in South Korea, so it's no surprise that many Korean netizens were severely let down by Mino's actions, demanding an investigation regarding his attendance. One commenter wrote, "Guess he wants to go to active duty then. I'm all for re-enlistment." Other users also expressed their wishes for Mino to re-enlist in the military, this time as an active duty soldier. Another netizen acknowledged that while there might be some issues with public service workers, there are still many people who fulfill their duties despite being sick or dealing with an injury. While Dispatch might not be loved by many, and some people even criticize the media outlet for stalking Mino, many netizens acknowledge that what he did was very wrong, and if it wasn't for Dispatch, the truth might never come out. An official investigation by the Military Manpower Administration into Mino's allegations began on the same day the reports were released, December 17th. The officials released an official statement where they confirmed they were investigating the accusations that Mino's attendance was intentionally tampered with. They also stated that if Mino were confirmed to have manipulated his attendance, he would be punished according to the Social Service Worker Act. Amid the controversy, another person who worked closely with Mino, Manager A, spoke up about the allegations. They were in charge of Mino's attendance and spoke with the media outlet Star News. The manager shared that he recorded Mino's attendance using the format set by the MMA, adding, "I checked to see if he came to work and received his signature. Since I'm not only managing Mino, I may not have checked in the morning when I was busy." Manager A invited the MMA to check their CCTV if they had doubts about his claims. He also managed to shine more light on Mino's health condition, saying that the idol was already classified as unfit for alternative service around March or April this year. During his physical examination, Mino was classified as grade 4 and has been receiving treatment for panic disorder as well as bipolar disorder. Manager A had allegedly talked to the MMA and afterward made the decision to discharge Minho before his enlistment came to an end, deeming him unfit for service. This option was presented to Mino as there has been a case of a soldier being discharged from the military just after 2 months, but Mino apparently refused and stated that he had to push through and complete it. When netizens found out that Mino wanted to continue his military enlistment despite his struggles with mental health, their opinion on Dispatch switched, with the media outlet being blamed for not doing enough research before reporting on the situation. Many people felt for Mino, acknowledging that it must have been difficult dealing with his military enlistment on top of his panic panic and bipolar disorders. Some netizens also pointed out that the situation was probably more serious than it appeared, as Manager A suggested Mino should be discharged before the official end of his enlistment. On December 23rd, the day of Mino's official discharge from the service, it was reported that he did not appear at work and took a sick leave, which he is allowed to do according to the official regulations. This is when Dispatch came out once again and revealed even more information after allegedly talking with some of the workers who worked in the same place as Mino. Worker A claimed that he rarely saw Mino come to work, and if he did, he never showed up on time. His work time was then allegedly adjusted to 10 a.m., which is an hour later than usual, but even then Mino came in pretty late. A second worker B also shared that he rarely saw Mino, and that on the days he did come to work, he often wore headphones and played games while lounging around. The same worker also alleged that Mino received the celebrity privilege because he would show up for work maybe twice a week at most, and that he ate lunch at home unlike everyone else. Worker B also added that Mino refused to take any of the work calls, claiming people would recognize his voice. He was also allegedly excluded from picking up any administration from the post office due to his social anxiety. Then YouTuber Lee Jin-ho got involved as he posted a video on December 23rd, questioning whether Mino was receiving special treatment. He opened up the video saying that the controversy could date back to May of 2023, when Mino traveled to San Francisco to attend the wedding of his sister. If that wasn't controversial enough, the pictures show Mino with long hair, which could go against the public service worker regulations. While now these regulations call for a neat and presentable appearance, Lee Jin-ho thought that Mino's hair was anything but that. Obviously, there are bigger issues than the length of his hair, such as his struggles with mental health, but according to Lee Jin-ho, Mino seemed perfectly fine when he appeared on various shows where he easily interacted with people. Because of this, many people might believe that he could have selective panic disorder. Lee Jin-ho also pointed out that relocating Mino to a site just 1 kilometer from his home could easily be viewed as giving him special treatment. Overall, Lee Jin-ho couldn't help but wonder whether or not this kind of benefit would have been possible for a regular citizen. Mino's panic disorder came into question by netizens once again when pictures of him attending different parties across the Gangwon province were released by Dispatch. These pictures date back to August of 2023, when he was serving his alternative military duty as a member of the parking management team in Mapo. According to Dispatch, there was no sign of social anxiety or panic disorder, and one of the people attending one of the parties shared that Mino was generally enjoying himself, drinking and smoking cigarettes. While this is no excuse for Mino's behavior, poor work performance seems to be a prevalent issue among public service workers, as investigated by the National Human Rights Commission of Korea. Because of this, it was recommended that work attendance should be recorded electronically to ensure everyone attends their job site accordingly. But even after 10 years, not much has changed, and attendance records are still written by hand, which leads to a few gray areas where service workers are allowed not to oblige their work protocol. Because of all the ruckus that the scandal caused, on December 26th, Mino was officially booked as a suspect of violating the Military Service Act by the Mapo police. On December 27th, the police conducted a search and seizure of his workplace, reportedly securing CCTV footage. If Mino is found guilty of violating military service, he could even face the possibility of re-enlistment. His discharge could also be reversed, and Mino might be required to serve again for the period in which he failed to carry out his duties properly. A full-scale investigation into the service records of public service workers under the Seoul city government was also ordered by the Seoul mayor following Mino's controversy. It's possible that new information about what the police found is going to be released in the following days, but so far it's not looking very good for Mino, and his return back to the entertainment industry is possibly going to be anything but smooth.